Okay, so we're looking here at the new DiGiCo Quantum 7 engine, which will be coming out in 2017. We're doing a preview of some of the software features. The software features as listed up here. This engine has got a great deal more processing than the existing SD7 engine, up to 640 or more audio processing channels, made up from 256 input channels, 128 buses, and an additional 256 sections of processing, which we are calling nodal processing, that is inserted into auxiliary sends. The auxiliary sends can be opened up and have processing added to them. I'm on the wrong engine. Have process added to them here. So each one of those is an auxiliary send node, and the strip above it is its processing. It has an EQ and it has a dynamics section. So just to be clear, that is EQ and dynamics on a single auxiliary send node. That means that that signal can then go down the rest of the nodally processed signals to the aux master, and therefore enable you to create very specific mixes for very specific requirements. The other thing that's allied to that is the auxiliary position in the signal path can be in one of 6 different places now. You can have it before the input processing, after the input processing, between the EQ and the dynamics, after the dynamics. There are a number of places where you can put it. And the 2 insert points in that channel strip can also be put in any of those positions. So there's 6 different positions that you can put 2 different insert points in. The other consideration with that is if you're doing this nodal processing, you're going to need to do some quite serious solo options. And the solo options we have, the standard solo option of soloing a channel still exists, obviously, but we now have the option of soloing nodes. Therefore, if I have used a processor in this node here, just by touching it, I can now solo it and hear it in my solo system. So that's solo nodes. I can solo multiple nodes as well if I choose to. That solo can then have a further solo feature added to it, which is what we call true solo. Both true solo and nodal processing have their patents pending, so they are unique to us. And the way this works is, if I've turned true solo mode on, whatever I have soloed over here can have the processing added to it from any one of the bus masters. So if I want to hear precisely what's coming out of aux 1, I will solo individual channels or nodes over here and then add the processing to aux 1 so that you can hear exactly what's going out to the performer in a monitor situation and adjust it in a sensible way. They're 2 of the features, 2 of the main features. The engine itself that will come out in 2017 is going to have 8 configurable MADIs, so they can be 4 redundant pairs or 8 single MADIs. 2 DMI slots, and our DMI slots can contain, we've got a range of 10 different DMI cards that can go in there, and it will also have an integrated UB MADI. On top of that, it will have 2 optical loops. So you are approaching a potential of about 3,000 I/O on that system if you choose to make it that big. The one other feature that we've got to look at here is what we are calling soft channels. This is a new type of channel for DiGiCo. This doesn't involve audio. This is all about control of external devices. And each of the controls on one channel strip can be defined by the user to use a protocol like OSC or MIDI or ROS audio protocol. And then the user can determine their own messages by typing them in to those text boxes there. That will enable you ultimately to control, with this standard layer on the surface, any number of external devices, such for example as a DAW. So you can have a DAW controller, external effects units, maybe amplifier controls. Possibilities are endless there. So that's a few of the new features and some information about the Quantum 7 engine.